Well, this is what happens when the government shuts off your food stamps.
Y'all, they cut off the food stamps this morning. Government shut down, got folks losing it. Look at this, they done rushed the whole store. Shelves clearing out like it's the end of the world. Nobody stopping. Hey.
Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. And for all of my current followers, even all my followers that have been with me since day one, since I made my very first video on this channel, thanks so much for supporting all the content, all of my content, that is. Anyways, and nevertheless, I wanted to talk about what's recently been going on in the country, from how it's been said after reading several news articles that there will be a strong possibility of more food stamp recipients who have been receiving food stamps / government assistance for oh so long prior to November 1st. Well, it's been said, embrace yourselves, folks, for some of you who may not be keeping up with the most current news, that a whole lot of you, so many millions of you in the U.S. alone, because judging from my understanding, over 40-something million people rely on government / food assistance on behalf of it being so many struggling people, so many struggling families in a whole entire nation. It's been said that come November 1st, it's a strong possibility that there will be so many millions of people, so many heartbroken people throughout the whole U.S. alone who won't be able to qualify for any more food stamps. And to add insult to injury, after reading another article just earlier, the article stated how over 700,000, close to 800,000, believe that number may have doubled since early, because this was just earlier today. Over 700 and something thousand federal government employees are being furloughed. Now, with that being said, don't be surprised if the majority of those 700 something thousand employees will have turned over 1 million before the end of this month is out, which is just a few days away from being out. And not only that, but out of all those 700 plus thousand federal government employees throughout the U.S. alone who are being furloughed, if they may happen to have it where they won't even be able to get furloughed anymore, instead where they will have to work without pay, because it's already been said that there would be quite a bit of airline employees, from air traffic employees at the airport, at your most closest airports, to the security and transportation employees at your most nearest airport. They'll be placed on furlough. And not only that, but some that have to work without pay. With that being said, don't be surprised if at your nearest airport, because there'll be more flight delays, either flight delays or cancellations. In most cases, both, if push comes to shove. And not only that, but don't be surprised if you may see more intruders, more terrorists at your local airports because of that. If push comes to shove, because I guarantee you there will be more employees at these airports, whether it may be either security and transportation personnel or air traffic controllers, who are just up and quit working at these airports where they are taking place, where these furloughs and working without pay are taking place at so many airports throughout the U.S. alone. Not only that, but just like it said in the song The Message by Grandmaster Flash, how he went, I swear I may just hijack a plane. Now, don't be surprised if you may be on a flight, because we in some scary times, some real scary times, whereas you may happen to be on a flight on your way to your whichever desired destination, only for a terrorist to try to hijack the whole airplane. Or not only that, only for a terrorist while you're trying to board a flight and you're in the terminal to try to hijack the whole entire terminal, because it's about to get scary even more after all these layoffs of federal government employees, after all these furloughs of federal government employees, and to add insult to injury, after so many people who have been depending on government assistance, food stamp assistance, EBT assistance, SNAP assistance, to possibly not be able to qualify or be able to get any more assistance from the government starting November 1st, which is approaching more and more near. On top of that, these same people, a lot of these same people are depending on, or were depending on, being able to use their SNAP assistance just so they could be able to feed their families for Thanksgivings. For a lot of you people who plan on meeting with family members for Thanksgiving and having big dinners, even cooking Thanksgiving dinners, well, you may have to put that on hold. Not only that, but be prepared for some of you who may be anticipating some of your long lost relatives to plan on catching a flight to come see you, to come in town to see you. Be prepared for that possibly to be on hold come the week of Thanksgiving and pretty much throughout the whole month of December, because Christmas is approaching even more, well, just as closely as Thanksgiving is what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, and don't be surprised either by a long shot if come November 1st, if push comes to shove and the majority of people who were depending on SNAP coverage, SNAP, aka food stamp assistance, will start looting stores, start rioting at your local Walmarts, your local Targets, your local public stores. Don't be surprised when that being said on behalf of either one of those grocery stores being boarded up all the way, because it's about to get that scary, trust me, when I say this, especially after showing you the two clips that I showed you, I just showed you earlier, both of them on behalf of TikTok. Anyways, make sure to like, share, comment, and last but not least, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'm out, folks.